Hi, I am Hikari Mino, creative copywriter.
Hi, I'm Deborah Yogi. I'm the art director, and we are the silver winners of Young Spikes 2026.
Come with us, we're gonna share everything that happened in Singapore. The Young Spikes competition happens in Singapore and is part of Spikes Asia, the most prestigious award in Asia, APAC.
And the first thing is that we participated in Young Lions Japan in 2025. We got silver, then we got called in for Young Spikes competition in Singapore.
After our entry, we had 2 meetings with the organizers. The first one was a meta workshop when they gave us some social trends and insights among Gen Z, something that we were guessing maybe the target audience would be the Gen Z. But we only found out all the details on the next day when we had the actual meeting for the brief. That's when they explained the challenge, the target audience, which was Gen Z, Singaporean Gen Z. We had 24 hours after the meeting brief to submit our idea, to create our idea, and that's when things started.
The client was this NPO named GUI, and it's a sustainability NPO. The brief was about food waste and food waste literacy, so bring awareness to the target audience. That was the Gen Z. That's what we thought when we heard the first meeting. So Singaporeans from the ages of 16 to 30 just bring an idea that was digital, interactive fun about food waste. After receiving the brief, that was around 6 p.m. on a Friday, then we spent the next 24 hours here on this couch, on this agency, because we decided that we were going to do it here. Right after, I think we had a little discussion about it, but then we decided that we were going to think separately first. So each of us went to a different room here and just did our research, especially because it was Singaporeans and neither of us had gone to Singapore before. So it was quite challenging and different, but also really interesting, I think, to search another culture in such a short amount of time. We spent about 4 hours doing that until we got together.
Yeah, and then when we got together again to discuss the first thoughts and what we were thinking, we had to order food, right? Order dinner. So that's when the first click of the idea came across our minds, and we're like, okay, that's interesting. Maybe we can use delivery apps to create the idea. So that was the base of the insight that we had. We were thinking about it, but we didn't want to jump straight into it because we believe that we need to explore and try to open all the scenarios possible in this short amount of time, because we wanted to be able to pick the best idea. So what is the strongest idea that we can have in this period of time? We tried and we kept thinking, we kept ideating and creating. So about 3-4 a.m. we were like, okay, we need to pick one because we don't have much time left, and we need to polish the idea and then craft the idea and make sure that it's perfect. So the first idea, the one that we were discussing while we were ordering food on the delivery app, it was the strongest one. It just felt right, just have this click and okay, makes sense, let's do it. So we spent the next hours polishing the idea, making sure that everything is bulletproof, and we kept working. I kept writing the idea, the board for the idea until 5 a.m. That's when we decided, okay, maybe we need to take a nap and then come back with fresh eyes. Came back to the office around 8 a.m. So 3 hours of sleep.
And then when we came back, we just started finishing the board and everything. We can also deliver some extra assets. Yeah, I think that was pretty much all day.
Yeah, and while Debbie was polishing and crafting the board with all the visuals, I was trying to find the right name for the idea, because so far we had a name, but it wasn't good enough, it wasn't strong enough. So I was trying to find a better name, so I kept writing different things. At some moment I wrote discount and dish, and I was wait, maybe we can make a pun here. And as a copywriter, I love puns, so I put together the two words, so dish count. So it's all about a dish and discount. It was like, okay, let's give it a shot because it makes sense.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
It felt perfect.
Yeah, right? It felt like a glove, and it was it's fun. I think it makes the idea even more like light and interesting for such a heavy subject, which is food waste. It was very, very fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we had to deliver it, I think it was at 6 p.m. Yeah. And we were working until the very end. So I think we got to deliver it like 5:50. So it was very intense moments, and we still had things that we wanted to do, but at that point we were like, no, okay, like the base thing is done. I described like everything that we need is there. It's just us trying to make it better. But at that point I think we were like, no, let's just deliver, everything's ready. We trust that this is gonna work, so let's just deliver. After spending like 24 hours in this agency, I feel like after it was done, we just looked at each other and were like, oh, what a relief.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the idea, which is the dish count. So for the first time, adding an item will reduce the total price in your cart. And for context, Singapore wasted more than 7,000 tons in food in 2024. In Singapore's Makan culture, meals are built around variety, with people naturally adding extra small dishes and sides to their orders. As this habit moved to delivery platforms, food apps became the default dining room, and discount codes hunted like a sport. So we flipped the mechanism they love the most, the discount.
The discount is a partnership with GrabFood, the #1 app deliverer in Singapore. When people are scrolling to find their next meal, lunch, dinner, they're gonna see side dishes with negative price. And by doing that, once they click on the item, they're gonna find out that actually this particular item were created using overlooked ingredients like scraps from the restaurants to create this dish, this recipe. Once they add this item in the cart, the price will be reduced, so it works as a discount as well. And those recipes, it's created in partnership with the GUI volunteers, the NPO, and also the chefs from the restaurants. And of course, on social media, creators and KOLs will be responsible to share their orders and recreate some of those recipes using the ingredients that they have in their own fridges, showcasing how easy and affordable and simple it is to reduce your food waste during your daily life. Because every dish counts. When we save a meal, when we save food, we're not saving only your money, we are saving food, community, and our world. That's the dish count idea.
After we submitted our idea, then we head right back home, took a nap, and just started packing because we were leaving to Singapore right in the next day. So everything was very intense. And yeah, so we just packed everything. So from Tokyo to Singapore, we had one day before the actual presentation to the judges, and that day was all about just rehearsing. And still on the next day, because it was in the morning, but we woke up a little bit early so that we could also give it a couple of last rehearsals. And yeah, and then we headed on to the venue.
We woke up early in the morning, as Debbie said, and then we went straight to the venue to present to the judges. So it was a room with 5 judges. We were so nervous and so anxious about it, but everything went so well, so smoothly. And as soon as we started to present, I don't know, the words, they just came out, everything was so natural. And we had 10 minutes in total for the presentation. 5 minutes, it's our pitch, our presentation, and then the next 5 was supposed to be a Q&A, the judges. But they didn't ask anything. They were just like saying how good the idea was. And they loved the name the dish count. So yeah, when we left the room, it was such a relief, and we were feeling so proud of our work, because no matter what, this already feels like a win, because we know how much of ourselves we put into this idea, all the effort, the past 24 hours in this office working non-stop. We wanted to make sure that we are delivering our best, and that's what we've done.
The next day, then we went to the creative campus. There we got to check out the other shortlist of the Spikes Asia, and also we got to hang out and meet a little bit more the other competitors in the Young Spikes competition.
And later that day, we had the announcement for the shortlist of the Young Spikes. We were very nervous and excited about it. We were like standing in front of the stage, and then they started to announce the digital category, which was our category, the shortlist, and we saw our name, the name of the idea right there. And right after, they started to announce the winners. So first the bronze, and then silver, us. I was like, what's going on? I can't believe. And it was, wow, it was very emotional. I remember we were hugging and like crying, and it was really nice. A really magical day for us.
After that, we also got the debrief of the ideas, and then we got also to meet the judge and also the other competitors. We went to a room and everybody got a little bit of feedback on their ideas. Then later that night, it was the ceremony.
The spikes. Yeah. So that's when we got to see who won the Grand Prix and the gold winners for all the categories of the spikes. And it was really nice to see such a great work in APAC.
Very inspiring.
Yeah, it's very inspiring. It's very like, oh my god, that's so cool. I want to do something like that. We got to meet other people as well. It was a really nice day, a really nice evening. Very thankful for this opportunity.
Okay, so I think that's it for our experience.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.